2018 is chock full of a ton of great games coming out this year. And there's a bunch of different games from different genres, developers, and publishers all coming out around the same time. But which games are the best of the best? Hi everyone and welcome to Thirsty TV. If you're thirsty for the latest in pop culture, then you've come to the right place. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most anticipated games of 2018. Let's get into it. Number 10, Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4 is an upcoming action-adventure game published by Square Enix. This game will utilize the same third-person action-adventure open-world environment that players are used to from the previous entries, but this time around, the game world looks absolutely fantastic. This time around, the developers made it a point to focus on atmospheric interactions, and the game is going to have various weathers such as blizzards, sandstorms, tornadoes, and more. With that, Just Cause 4 is also supposed to boast better AI in its enemy system, new animations, and a stronger physics engine, which was one of the key features that made Just Cause 3 so much fun. This game is scheduled to release on December 4, 2018 on PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One. Number 9, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee for the Nintendo Switch. It was no real surprise that a new Pokemon game would eventually be coming to the Nintendo Switch. And Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee makes its own take on the classic Pokemon Special Edition Pikachu, also known as Pokemon Yellow Edition, and brings the world into the stunning 3D powered by the Nintendo Switch. With that, Pokemon Let's Go overhauls the catching system of Pokemon to be more akin to that of the Pokemon Go mobile game, but holds on to the original battling mechanics from the classic RPG games. The game is designed to only require one Joy-Con to play the game, and it allows for cooperative play, which is a first. While hardcore Pokemon fans might have to wait one more year for a main game entry to come back through, for the most part, this game will be the perfect bridge between the casual Pokemon Go players and the more experienced RPG players. This game is set to release November 16th, 2018. Number 8, SpiderMan. Also known as Marvel's Spider-Man, is an upcoming action-adventure game that brings Spider-Man to the PlayStation 4. The game is set in an open-world New York City and allows players to have a mix of swinging and close combat. The game will also have some pretty cool parkour mechanics along with different types of gadgets and equipments that players can craft, and besides Spider-Man, there's going to be occasional other characters you can play as, such as Mary Jane Watson for a few points, and other characters are supposed to make appearances like Norman Osborn and Miles Morales, which is super exciting. Marvel's Spider-Man is set to release exclusively September 7th, 2018 on the PlayStation 4. Number 7, Battlefield 5. While there is some controversy surrounding this game, gamers are pretty excited for the next Battlefield entry, especially considering EA's recent success with Battlefield 1. And even though EA is taking on some very interesting creative liberties with retelling World War II, at the end of the day, this really looks like a beautifully designed first-person shooter. And with the whole fiasco of EA last year with Star Wars Battlefront 2, it's already been announced that there will be no loot boxes and that there will be some free content. As long as that stays true, this game is shaping up to be a really solid release in 2018. Number 6, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. In recent years, the Call of Duty franchise may have received some criticisms for the change in direction of gameplay, but despite the ever-changing focus in the Call of Duty franchise, the Black Ops series has stayed true in releasing solid game after solid game. And with this game taking the focus back into providing a boots-on-the-ground experience for players, fans are getting pretty excited, especially with the announcement that several classic maps are going to be coming back. There's going to be a ton of zombie maps available at launch, and they're now introducing a new and unique Battle Royale type mode that features weapons and character skins from all the previous Black Ops titles. While this game will not actually have a campaign, there is high hopes and expectations from the community that this game will be the Call of Duty that brings the franchise back to its glory days. Number 5, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. The recent reboot to the Tomb Raider series has been very well acclaimed for mixing the perfect feeling of action and adventure together while also telling a pretty unique cinematic story. And there's no real surprise that this third entry is looking to be bigger and better than anything we've seen so far. The story will take place after the events of the first two games and follow Lara Croft as she accidentally sets off a Mayan relic that begins a Mayan apocalypse, essentially leaving it up to Lara to prevent the end of the world, which really makes the stakes in this game larger than anything we have seen from the Tomb Raider series so far. And considering how exciting and fast-paced the other Tomb Raider games, there's a very high expectation that this game will follow in suit. This game is set to release September 14th, 2018 on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 4. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This might be the 20th game in the Assassin's Creed franchise overall, but Assassin's Creed as a whole has a track record of making some really great historical action games. And with the recent overhaul to the engine used in Assassin's Creed that we saw last year with Assassin's Creed Origins, we're pretty optimistic that Odyssey might be bigger and better. This game takes place in 431 BCE, taking place roughly 400 years before the events of Assassin's Creed Origins, and takes place in ancient Greece. Besides the general role-playing and action that these games are so known for, it's going to be really interesting to see Ubisoft's take on what Athens could have looked like back then and get to explore the world. This game is going to have a large focus on the combat system, and it will also have a larger emphasis on the stealth mechanics, which weren't as forefront in Assassin's Creed Origins. This game will release on October 5th, 2018 and will be available on Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Number 3. Fallout 76. Fallout 76 is an open-world RPG game taking place in the Fallout universe. It's Bethesda's first entry in a multiplayer role-playing type game, but looks extremely promising. The game takes place in West Virginia and will have a world that is 4 times larger than the world featured in Fallout 4, and will have a major emphasis on building and constructing a new society. This will lead players into different factions and will have different mechanics in building your own townships. With that, this game will feature survival-based gameplay that includes PvP or PvE. However, players can choose which server they're in, so if you don't want to worry about other players killing you, you don't have to necessarily play with them. Fortunately, Bethesda has announced that this is going to be a game that they're going to support for quite some time, and it's nice to see another multiplayer cooperative adventure game that players can play together and against each other. Number 2. Red Dead Redemption 2. This game has been in the making for quite some time now, and after a couple of delays, it is finally set to release this October. Red Dead Redemption 2 brings players back to the Wild West and gives players a chance to explore an open environment that is absolutely beautiful to look at. Similar to other sandbox games created by Rockstar, such as Grand Theft Auto 5, this game will have a very wide and expansive world for players to explore, but also contain a deep narrative that will bring players in and continuously come back for more gameplay. But that's not even getting into the multiplayer that potentially could be bigger and better than anything we've seen before. And while we don't have too much information regarding what the multiplayer will be like, if it's anything like Rockstar has put out in the past, it's probably going to be chaotic and fun. And number 1, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has been under secret development for a couple of years now at Nintendo, and sets to be a built-from-the-ground-up sequel to Super Smash Bros. This game sets out to include all of the characters that have ever appeared in a Super Smash Bros. Game, while also streamlining the gameplay to make it one of the fastest games in the Smash Bros. Series. The game will feature new tweaks that will mix up the gameplay, including choosing the map before you play as a character, more refined final smashes, and will still include a couple new characters, such as the Inklings from Splatoon and Ridley from Metroid. The Smash Bros. Games have a history of being extremely fun, solid titles, and we expect this 5th entry to be no different. Well, that's our list. Did you agree with our list? Let us know in the comment section down below, and be sure to subscribe to Thirsty TV because we are pouring out all things pop culture. We will see you all next time.
Hey, it's Allie from Thirsty TV. Thank you for checking out our channel. If you are thirsty for the latest in pop culture, then you have come to the right place. We're pouring out all things pop culture. Just click right here to see what we have on tap. And don't forget to subscribe to Thirsty TV.